spiritual peace of mind. Let's get right into it. Equivalent or greater benefit. Can you remember that? Write on a card. Carry the card in your pocket and read it daily. In that phrase lies the key to many a man's peace of mind. It is not the supreme secret to which I have referred, but it lives on the same street. Set it firmly into your consciousness. Every adversity has within it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Thus, it is possible and strongly advisable to close the doors to your past. Insofar as many regrets or bitterness or postmortems are concerned, you are searching for wealth and peace of mind. Neither the way to wealth nor the way to peace of mind leads through the graveyard of unpleasant experiences long past. When you have attained peace of mind, your mind will automatically reject every thought and every mental reaction which is not beneficial to your welfare. Meanwhile, help yourself attain this great command of mind and all it can do for you. Avoid all negative mental influences, especially avoid that shadow of mournful regret which can keep all the sunshine out of your life and keep out other gold as well. Time is the great magician. Close the door on ugly experiences, disappointments, and frustrations. Then make great magician, time, can transmute. Then the great magician, time, can transmute past sorrows and mistakes into present reward, success, and happiness. Knut Hamsun, a Norwegian immigrant, failed at everything he tried in this country. In desperation, he decided to write the story of his struggles. His book, which he called Hunger, won the Nobel Prize for Literature. Hamsun's terrible experiences at length had made him a rich and famous man. Harry S. Truman failed as a haberdasher. If from then on he had considered himself a failure, he certainly could not have entered upon the road to the presidency. We have also the example of another man who took up storekeeping, but the store failed. He took up engineering and also failed. The sheriff sold his surveying instruments to pay his debts. He joined a group of soldiers in an Indian war and had the rank of captain. His record as a soldier was so poor that he was reduced to the rank of private and sent home. He was passionately in love and engaged to be married. The girl died and it left him in a terrible state of shock. He took up law. He won a few cases. He went into politics, ran for office, and was defeated. Is it astonishing that Abraham Lincoln eventually became president? In a way it is, and in a way it is not. He might have allowed his mind to drag to the past, never able to break free of the image of failure, which to them, he did not do this, however. The way in which he determinedly left failure behind was no miracle. It is a grand privilege available to every human being. The man who became president had been tempered in the fires of life, or he could not have what he was, nor have done what he did. You cannot see all of the great plan of your life. You can make it full and rewarding. However, if you treat each sorrow and setback as a tempering toward greater and richer experiences to come, let me suggest, keep yourself aware of life's endless combinations of circumstances. You have been disappointed in love. Your heart feels literally broken. You can see no joy in the world. You may wish to take an overdose of sleeping pills and end it all. Yes, it is likely that nowhere in the world exists the woman or man who can take the place of the one you lost. A moment of thought within the citadel of your deepest mind will show you this is hardly possible. So it happened with me, for after a dreadful disappointment of the heart, I met a combination of circumstances which led me at last to the perfect wife. There is a more poignant point to this story. When, after a lover's quarrel, my sweetheart turned away from me, I thought the married committed suicide, unbalanced by the constant friction of living with the woman I had been so anxious to marry. Where would I have been with the terror of a woman who heckled me instead of helping me? Every adversity has within it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Remember that even a condition which the world calls handicap, you can call benefit and make it truly so. I have mentioned that Thomas A. Edison had little formal schooling. W. Clement Stone, the highly successful insurance man, was a high school dropout. So many men have succeeded despite the lack of book learning that, without in the least downgrading education, we may say the lack of it need not be a handicap. It depends on the man. But what of Edison's deafness? Surely a very marginal ability to hear is a handicap. But again, it depends on the man. Edison, as a boy, had been a candy butcher on trains. Once a man lifted him and his entire load of candy onto a train by his ears, and that was the beginning of the end of his hearing. He could have dwelt all his life on this cruel and damaging experience, like many another. He could have put his major energies into bewailing his fate, but he didn't. When I visited him, he was depending upon a hearing aid, a primitive thing by today's standards. When I was sure we understood each other's minds, I asked him if he had not found his deafness a great handicap. He replied, "To the contrary, deafness have been a great help to me. It has saved me from having to listen to a lot of worthless chatter, and it has taught me to hear from within." Anyone who wants peace of mind should remember those last three words. By transmuting his affliction into a benefit, Mr. Edison learned how to tune in on all the subtle power which waits within every mind. He felt, too, that he heard from within the voice of an infinite intelligence and received guidance from an infallible source. Every adversity has within it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. All right, we're going to end it there. This is getting to a good reading, man. I kind of like that last little slogan that he was repeating. Every adversity within it has a seed of equivalent or greater benefit. And that's something that we could take with us, man, because I'm going through a lot right now, especially just trying to find a job and get to the money. But I got to look at the bright side. You know what I mean? I have a lot of time to spend with the family. I got a lot of time to spend with my kids. I gotta just open myself up too. You know, me reading things like this is opening me up too, you know. So that's my take on it. You know, it's kind of late, 2:00 in the morning, late night reading with your boy Chuck, man. Tap in. We out.